Hello guys, my name is Jesper Nissen, and in this video I will show you how you can add multiple physical locations to your local business schema in SchemaWriter. So this is a brand new development, new addition to SchemaWriter. This video will be about advanced schema. So if you're not into advanced schema, this might not be for you, but if you are into advanced schema, just keep on watching. So let's hop directly into it. So the thing is that if you have a local business, like for example this Ace Tree Service, and I don't know Ace Tree Service, this is just an example company that I found on Google Maps. So what I did was I searched for Alabama Tree Service, and then I found these guys. And it turns out that in their website I can see that they have multiple physical locations. So they have their default location, which seems to be located in 4213 First Avenue North in Birmingham, Alabama. And then they also operate in all these other locations. So how can you actually mirror that in schema? How can you actually set that up in the local business schema so that you have your default location, which is the home of the company, and then you have the other physical locations in Huntsville, in Hoover, Vestavia, and so on and so forth. And you can actually tell Google, and you can explain to Google that we both operate in Birmingham, which is our default, and we also operate in Huntsville, Hoover, Vestavia, and Homewood, and so on and so forth. And it turns out that you can actually do that with the locations. And let me show you how that works. So I am inside of SchemaWriter now, and I click on Company Info. I click on Add New, and now I am in here. And in SchemaWriter we implemented the Google search capabilities, so you can simply just search here Ace Tree Service, and I can see now that the Ace Tree Service has multiple results, and this is their default location. So I just select it and click check, and that's extremely fast because now all of the schema is done. And we have used the Google integration to build out all of the schema. So I click save here. All right. So what I would do now is I would copy the URL of the home page and add it down here in company website. So I make sure that I also have this. So what I would do in this particular situation is I would add the georadius schema. Click on this guy here, and then I would add a radius of 5 kilometers and click generate. So what that will do is that it will, in a radius of 5 kilometers from the center, it will find the city names, and it will find the zip codes that's included in this area. So, and again, we're using the Google APIs to do this. And I actually forgot one thing. I forgot to include the points of interest. Let me try once more. And the reason I want to include points of interest is because I want to make it super clear to Google, where is it that we operate? What is it that what areas do we serve? And when I include the points of interest, I also include restaurants, hotels, fast food chains, zoos, animal places. I include all of these details in the local business schema, in the georadius schema. So let's see what it does. I'll just click pause, and now it's done. I can see actually that it added Birmingham Zoo, 16th Street Baptist Church, and Avondale Park, and so on and so forth. And then we just click save here. So that might seem irrelevant to you, but it is not to Google, because it helps Google to understand where is it that you operate. So let's hop over to the new part, which is the locations. So let me click add new, and let me click fetch info from Google, and let me click search Ace Tree Service. So I can see now that it finds these locations for Ace Tree Service. So the reason that I actually find results for Ace Tree Service is that they did set up Google Business profiles for these locations. So if you have a website and you have a company and you have more than one physical location, more than one department, but you only set up one Google Business profile, or perhaps none at all, then of course you can still add a location. You just have to type in all of these things manually. So I will just select Huntsville and click check. And now it built out the local business schema for the Huntsville location. So what I would do is I would give it a name, Huntsville, because I mean that's the name. And what I would do is I would go over here and I would click on Huntsville, and then I would copy this URL, because the point is that once I'm done, I'm going to paste the local business schema into this page. So that's the reason I actually want this URL to reflect over here. So you can actually see over here that now we have a3beham.com/location Huntsville, and then hashtag Huntsville. So Huntsville over here in the schema is the location name, and this the rest part of the add ID is the URL. So I am basically done, and I can click add. So one thing, so I can click edit, and I can actually also add the georadius schema for this location. So I can click 5 here, 5 kilometers, include the points of interest, and click generate. And now it will do the same thing. It will, in a radius of 5 kilometers from that location, find all of the city names, zip codes, and points of interest, restaurants, whatever, what have you, and add those to the schema. Let me just click pause and let's wait to see what it comes up with. And now it's done, and I can see that it added more information down here. So yeah, let me just click add here and edit. So now that it's saved. So what I can do is I can open this guy here, and I can see all of the city names and all of the information with regards to these things that we found in the Google Maps. And yeah, so you can add more, you can edit, you can delete, but the information is here. Here are the postal codes. So and the interesting part about this location is that you can actually add keywords and knowsabout. That's particular to this location. So you can see here that the knowsabout is empty, but let's fix that, because what we can do is we can do like this: sitemaps.xml. Let's see what it says. That was probably incorrect. Let's sitemap. Yeah, here it is. So what I can do is I can copy this guy here, and let me just close and click sitemap here. Good. Import. Now I'm importing the sitemap into the company information. And you can see here actually this is actually very nice, because the default is the default. That's the physical location of the company itself. Let's go back so see where the default is. So this is the default address, right? And what was it? Huntsville. It was Huntsville. So let's find the Huntsville. I don't know where that is. Here, Huntsville. Good. So now I have changed this to Huntsville. And once I have added all of these locations, I would need to manually go in to change this to Huntsville, change this to Vestavia. Now I didn't add Vestavia. Change this to Homewood, and so on and so forth, because that will enable Google to understand that these are different locations. So but anyway, I added Huntsville to the Huntsville location now, and let me click save. Good. And I can now go to knowsabout, and I can add the sitemap again, import, and now I have the sitemap, so I can add entities And now I want to do it so it's relatively fast. So I'm just selecting 3 URLs to fetch entities for. So what we're doing now is that we are using our integration to TextRaiser and the Google NLP APIs that we're using. And then we are analyzing the content on these 3 URLs. And the reason that I only select 3 is because it takes a little bit of time to analyze these, because we are doing more than one task here. We are both analyzing all of the content, but we are also identifying all of the URLs, the Wikipedia, the Wikidata, the Google Research, and what have you. So let's just add all of these entities. And let's go to company information. And you can see that we have this is the georadius schema. And this is the knowsabout schema. So these are all the entities. And the knowsabout can be found down here. Let me just click save. Good. And now comes the interesting part, because what you're seeing here is the local business schema for the default location. And now I can do the same thing for the Huntsville location. So I can click edit, I can click knowsabout. Let me import here. And let me just show you what I can do now. And then let me find the Huntsville. Where is it? Dutch, Huntsville, and analyze. So what I'm doing now is I'm finding the entities only related to that page. So you can see that some of the entities will be a little bit different, because obviously it's the same that they're doing. Probably it's the same, but it could be different services. Could be that they are doing pruning in one service and then they're doing, I don't know, stump grinding in another location. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know their business. But let me just click add all, and click back to company info. So what you can see here is now for the Huntsville location, we have all of the georadius schema, and then we have all of this knowsabout schema. And if I do see entities that I don't like, and I spotted one, I spotted web browser, I don't like that, I just click this delete button, delete, bye-bye. Let's see here, all rights reserved, bye-bye. Customers, emergency service, I might not delete that because I want to explain to Google that we do customer service. I don't know. Let's see here. Technology, bye-bye. Athens, bye-bye. Madison, Wisconsin. Not sure why it got that. Bye-bye. Customer, bye-bye. Maintenance, bye-bye. Quality of service, JavaScript. Pride. Email. Tennessee, and now we're done. Pricing also delete. Health also delete. Okay, so now we're done. So we have these entities, and I click add. So what you just witnessed me doing is that I made entity optimization of this local business schema. So now I have 2 pieces of extremely advanced schema. I have the schema for the default location, and I have the schema for the Huntsville location. And let me just close this guy here. So because I already saved this this location, and because I already added Huntsville to this URL, I can now go to schemawriter and I can click generate new. And I can now go over to this location page, Huntsville here, and I can optimize for this tree service in Huntsville, because that's what they want to rank for. Tree service in Huntsville, auto, company, Ace tree service, URL, I'm just searching here. And the reason that I see all of these URLs is because I imported their sitemap, Huntsville, I guess that's the one. Let me just check. Huntsville AL tree service. Yep, that's the one. country, of course, United States, dut, and auto and generate. So what it's doing now is that it's now going out, it's scraping the top 10 competition websites, and then it's finding all of the entities, and it's finding all of the related keywords, the 8 keywords that we use in our application, and then it's writing out the schema. So let me just click pause and return when it's done. All right, now it's done. So I will click view, dut. And what I see now is that it has now written all of the schema. So it's extremely long. So what I can see now is local business schema is that this drop-down box is new. So if you have used schemawriter before, you haven't seen this because this is brand new. We just launched this today. So you can just select this location now. I selected Huntsville. Oh, I didn't select it. I selected it back in the sitemap. And schemawriter now knows that this URL is connected to the Huntsville location. And I can now copy this schema. I can go over to schema.org. And I can click validate and code snippets and click run tests. Let me one more time, validate, code snippet. There was it, run test. Yeah, so now no errors, product web page. So if I open the web page, I can see that the ad ID for the web page is this is the UL, and then the hashtag here. And then if I scroll down, I can see that it has FAQ page, because that's how I programmed it in schemawriter. So it automatically includes the FAQ schema for you. So you only see one line, that's the web page schema. And what I can see is that the author is the organization, and the sub-organization is the local business, and the local business in this case will be the local business schema for this location. So you can actually see that this is the UL ace3bham.com, locations Huntsville, Alabama tree service, Huntsville. So yeah, so that's this is the UL for Huntsville. So yeah, everything is written out for you. Let's see if we can see anything interesting here. So this is all of the georadius schema, and just goes on and on. You can see I'm only at the top here, over here to the right. All the knowsabout and everything is now done, and everything is interconnected. So the reason that you see only one line of web page schema is because inside of the schema writer application, we interlink everything using the ad ID. So this ad ID up here, and this ad ID here, and all of the ad IDs are interlinked. So in that way we are referencing, we are stacking all of the schema together, and that means that you only see one line, and when Google and the other search engines come to investigate this piece of schema, they see one large knowledge tree, knowledge graph on this page with all of the information built into the schema. So this has turned out to be the most advanced piece of schema you will ever see written that fast. If you do want it, you can select article schema here, and let's click save schema here. Did I click save? Yeah, now it's saved, so I can copy and I can go over. And now the schema will be much larger. And the reason that it will be much larger is that I now selected to include the article schema. And let me hop back to schemawriter. So if I scroll down here, yeah, sorry for the scroll. I know it looks extremely annoying when you are watching people scroll. Sorry for that. Here it is, the article schema. So if I select the checkbox for the article schema, it's totally up to you if you want to include that. I like to do it actually, because the article schema gives me some options that the web page schema does not have. And in particular, I have the article section. So the article section is an option that you have when you're using the article schema, where it allows you to mark up the individual sections, the individual headers and subheaders of the page. And this is not spam. This is the directly from the specification of the article schema inside of schema.org. So if you go over to schema.org and you search for article, good, and click on article schema, you will be able to see that the two properties from article schema that are special are the article section and the article body. So we mark up, we analyze the content on this page, and then we mark up each little section of this schema and put it into the articles section. And that actually allows you to mark up everything automated on the page. So you have, of course, the article body. That's the entire article. Then you have the headline, the alternative headline. Everything is the article body is not built using AI. The article body is the scraped content from your page. So that's the entire the entire text of the page, and that's actually the other advantage of using adding the article schema into this this page, location page. And then you have the headline, alternative headline, and all of these text fields, and you can see it for them yourself. And all of these are written using AI. They are based on the analyzation of the content on your page, and they also written adhering to the specifications inside of schema.org. So you don't need to do this research yourself. I did the research for you. I analyzed everything, every little field here that can have text, or most of the fields that can have text, and then I wrote prompts that take the content and the information from your page, and then wrote the text fields here. So yeah, you don't need to do, but you can still, of course, if you don't like or if you want to have the manual control, you can still edit this content if you want. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That was the location information of the local business schema in Schemawriter. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and have a nice weekend. Take care, guys.